Today I'm going to show you how to make a polka dot pattern in Procreate. This style is always on trend and you can vary the colours, brushes and even the shape to make all sorts of different styles of polka dot once you know the basics of how to make it. To start, create a new canvas in Procreate at 12 by 12 inches at 300 dpi. We're first going to go up to the spanner icon and turn on the drawing guide. Now click Edit Drawing Guide and slide the grid size up to max. This will divide your canvas into 4 equal parts. For this first polka dot pattern, I'm going to select the monoline brush from the classic library in Procreate. Draw your circle, and if you hold the pen still for a minute, the lines will join up, and then if you tap with your other finger, it will snap into a perfect circle. And I'm just going to fill it with colour. Now tap the arrow at the top and make sure snapping and magnetics are on, and set to max and move the circle until it is in the middle. The orange markers will show up when you have got it in the centre. We're going to make some small temporary diagonal marks in the top left and bottom right hand corner, which is going to help us with the next step. Go up to your layers panel and duplicate the layer 4 more times by swiping to the left and tapping duplicate. Each of these top ones we are now going to move into a corner of the canvas. You need to make sure snapping and magnetics are still on when you do this, so it snaps perfectly into place. Now merge together these top 4 layers. Now all that's left is to rub out the temporary marks. So hide the bottom layer and rub out the marks in the middle. Then hide the top layer and rub out the marks in the corners, and you can go ahead and merge the 2 layers together. If you wanted just red dots, you could leave it as it is, but if you wanted to add another colour, you could simply drag another colour into the middle dot to add some variation. You can go back up to the layers panel now and duplicate the layer 3 more times and scale each one down. Merge the layers together and scale down for an even smaller dot. In fact, you can do this as many times as you like to get to your preferred scale. Now you have the basics, there are lots of different ways you can vary this pattern to create some really unique effects. Firstly, you can experiment with different brushes in Procreate. There are some excellent free brushes inside the new Procreate brush library. I particularly like some of these watercolour ones. The Tansy brush is great and creates a really realistic watercolour effect. When doing a more hand-painted dot like this, once I have moved the original dot to the corners, I will often redraw the middle dot just to give it some variation, so they are not all the same. But otherwise the method is just the same as before. Secondly, you could experiment with shape. While a polka dot is the norm, there's nothing stopping you from trying stars or hearts or any other shapes you like. Thirdly, if you wanted to add in more colours than just 1 or 2, I suggest you do it at this stage. Simply drag the colours to the dots or hearts you want to change. Remember that if you want to change one that comes off the canvas, you will need to do it on the other side of the canvas where it matches up to. And finally, you can experiment with size. A small dot at the start will create a polka dot with lots of ground space, whereas a larger dot at the start will create a much chunkier polka dot pattern. The possibilities are endless, and I hope you have fun creating some beautiful polka dot patterns.